stand holding 2 dumbbells at shoulder level and press one arm at a time to full overhead extension. Return each arm to the starting position before pressing with the other side. Try to keep your hands and the dumbbells directly over top of your elbows as you press the weight overhead, and avoid letting your elbows stick out to the sides excessively. With the seated shoulder press, you may need to use your legs to bring the dumbbells to the shoulders. Once there, lower the dumbbells to the starting position, with the dumbbells directly over your elbows and your forearms perpendicular to the floor. Press directly overhead, maintaining the dumbbells or the wrists directly over the elbows, so that when you are at the bottom, you will pass through a 90-degree bend in the elbows, right to the shoulder level, and overhead your arms will come in slightly so that the dumbbell is directly over the shoulders. The dumbbells do not need to touch. With the standing barbell overhead press, take a slightly wider than shoulder width grip and press the barbell from the collarbone to the directly overhead position with the arms extended at the top. Pause at the top and then lower with control. As you can see here, I'm exaggerating inhaling at the bottom so that I can exhale with exertion on the press. Maintain tension and stability through your core and your upper back, and avoid leaning back excessively during the press. The overhead push press involves driving with your legs in coordination with explosively pressing the weights directly overhead. Holding a dumbbell in each hand at shoulder level, lower yourself into a semi-squat position, then extend your legs forcefully while pushing the weights overhead at the same time. Slowly lower the weights to the start position and repeat the movement. Okay, the next exercise we're going to demonstrate is the basic barbell push press. First, Craig is going to talk about some of the key technical points of this movement.
We're going to start from the ground, so I'm going to start with a clean. Key with the press is, you want to start ideally with the bar racked against your chest, though when you get a little bit of leg drive, you can use that momentum to explode up with the arms and then have the bar straight over your head. You want to try and minimize the amount of backward lean because that turns into incline press and you put a lot of strain on the lower back area.
In general, when performing the push press, unload the bar from a rack set at shoulder height. For the sake of demonstration, here we're performing the exercise without the rack so you can better see the movement. Place your feet narrower than shoulder width apart and grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. Okay, so the rack position, there's a slight wrist extension, and you're going to dip the legs and combine that explosive drive with the legs with an overhead push press. Good, and the focus here is speed, so it's better to start with a lighter weight initially, get used to developing explosive effort, and then you can start increasing the load. Begin with a slight bend of the hips and knees, then extend forcefully as you press the weight overhead. Your feet should be positioned shoulder width apart or narrower, with your knees lined up over your feet. At the top of the press, lock out your elbows and wrists and bring your head forward so that it's under the bar. When using heavier weights, you may need to bend your knees slightly to soften the impact of the bar on your shoulders as you lower the weight.